Top of the morning to ya, and welcome to another episode of the TV Dinner Guide. Oh, I'm just messing around with you folks. It's me, Carl, back again for another episode of the TV Dinner Guide, the program where I eat television dinners and just tell you what I think about them. Now, I wanted to wish you all a very happy St. Patrick's Day. I know St. Patrick's Day was on Sunday and today is Wednesday, but I still think it's topical. As you'll notice, I'm still in the basement. Marcia's still very mad at me, even on this blessed day, St. Patrick's Day. She got very drunk and yelled at me, and that's why I'm still in the basement, because of all the yelling. I couldn't stand it. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about television dinners. I'm very excited about the food I've got. Unfortunately, I was unable to secure a television dinner that involved corned beef hash, but I have got something that's pretty close. I've got, from Banquet, a chicken pot pie. Pretty sure they eat pot pies over in Ireland, and I've also got, to be the pot of gold at the end of this television dinner rainbow, from Banquet again, an apple pie. Now, this chicken pot pie is coming in at 350 calories, whereas the apple pie weighs in at 360 calories, so I'm getting about 700 calories out of this meal, which is pretty good. Another notable statistic is the chicken pot pie packs a whopping 930 milligrams of sodium, which is 40% of my daily value. The apple pie is coming in at almost 500 milligrams of sodium, so 20% of my daily value. I'm getting 60% of all the salt I need to eat in a day right here, folks. You can't get that anywhere else. Very excited. I'm going to go throw these bad guys in the microwave, and I will be right back. Alright, so we're back. I've got the pies out of the microwave. I've got the chicken pot pie right here. And I've got the apple pie right here. The chicken pot pie crust is nice and crisp, very even all around. I'm a little concerned about the apple pie crust. It's very responsive to the touch, if you will. It pulls apart very easily. Ooh, a little moisty in there. I've chosen to pair this meal with an Irish beer. It's a St. Patrick's Day episode, so you gotta go with the Irish beer. I'm going with the classic, a Guinness beer. I'm very excited to dig into this. Now let's not spend any more time talking. Let's just get into the eating. Alright, I'm going to crack open my Guinness. Ooh, a little excited. Oh my. Alright, now let's dig into these pies. I'm going to start with the chicken pot pie, as that is the main course. Go right into the middle. Let's not waste any time with these edges. Get straight into the middle. That's where I always go for when I eat a pie. That's good. The crust's got a good, not flaky so much as soggy texture to it, but it's still good. In that bite I had one piece of chicken and then a bunch of gravy. The gravy is this nice soupy, brownish, sludge-like substance. It's very savory and tastes of vegetables. Now let's find some of the vegetables. I've got a carrot right here. Let's see how the carrots are. Very firm carrots, very crispy, but good. This was a good pie. Let's try a bit of the edge crust. See how if that came out nice and crispy, how I like it. I think if I had to compare the texture of the crust to anything, it would be a tortilla. This is a very tortilla-like pie crust, but it's still very good, as I said. Tastes just like a homemade pie. And let's get a bite with all the fillings in it. So we got the chicken, the gravy, the carrots, and the peas. What more can you say? This is just a good pie. Very good pot pie. Let's move into the apple pie. Suck the fork off, switch my pies over, and cleanse my palate with a sip of Guinness. Refreshing. Alright, so let's go for the center of the apple pie. Crust is very doughy. I'm not sure about how much it's cooked all the way through, but we'll still try it. It's very sweet. Again, this crust is almost a liquid, I would say. It's not really a crust as much as it is just a fine liquid covering of the pie. Very good, though. The apples are sweet. Nice cinnamony in the middle. Oh, God. Very hot. Very hot bite right there. I don't know why I was worried about undercooking it. That was like a little magma touching my tongue. Now let's try this edge of the crust to see if that crisps up at all. That's interesting. So in that bite I have the edge crust all the way to the center crust, and it's very interesting blend of textures. You have the very crispy edge crust mixed with the very fluid center crust, and it just makes for a very interesting bite of food. I'm not sure if I like it, but it is something I've never tasted before or never experienced, so I'll give them that. Alright, I'll take one last bite of the apples. Good apples. The box said these were Washington-picked apples. Whatever that means. I don't know if Washington is renowned for their apples at all, but these are pretty good apples. So I'm going to cleanse the palate. And we'll get into my final thoughts on these two pies. Alright, so we're back for my final thoughts on these two pies from Banquet, the chicken pot pie and the apple pie. I really enjoyed this meal. It was a good pair of pies. I thought the chicken pot pie had a very good texture to it. The crust was nice and soggy the way I like it, just like my mom's pies. The filling was good. The carrots were very crisp. Excuse me, folks. The gravy was this nice brown substance. Was very salty, very stimulating to the old taste buds, and really just an all-around good time. The apple pie I thought was also a surprisingly good pie, considering my initial impressions based on what I first saw. It just goes to show you can't judge a pie by how its crust looks. The filling in this pie was exceptional. The apples were very sweet and had a very nice cinnamony flavor to them. And then the crust, the crust had a nice wide range of textures, ranging from very crispy, almost burnt on the edges, to very, very soggy. And I wouldn't even call it a crust in the middle. It was like a film of fluid over these apples. Very good pie. Very good set of pies. Very satisfying meal. I think out of the 5 lazy boys that I rate them every week, I'm going to go ahead and give this meal, I think, 4.8 lazy boys out of 5, which I think gives it the top spot overall in the series. Thank you so very much for watching this special edition St. Patrick's Day episode of the TV Dinner Guide. I have been Carl. Really appreciate you all watching, and if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like down there, and a comment down there, and if you're feeling lucky, a subscription would do me a world of good. I gotta get going. I gotta plug up some holes in the basement, because the rats, they keep getting in and biting my toes while I'm trying to sleep, and it's very disturbing to me. So I hope you all have a good night. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and I will see you all next week on another episode of the TV Dinner Guide. Bye, folks.